Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my Premier League predictions. And watch this video not even get 100 views because one, it's uploaded on the Friday. I was gonna make this video like Sunday, and I was gonna make my week one predictions like Thursday. But I mean, I've just waited the last second. Literally, the first game starts at like 8 o'clock tonight, and right now it's like 5:30. So yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe. Can we at least try and get a lot of views on this video? I know my football content doesn't get a lot of views, but I don't know. I just want this video to get 10 likes. Because the more views I get, the more I can push to that goal of 300. We're 10 subs away. And I'm just saying it now. 10 subs by the end of the month. We've got half a month to go. I think we can do it. Anyway, let's just get into my predictions. 20th, Ipswich. To all those people saying Ipswich will stay up, there's a possibility. And they have just signed Calvin Phillips. So he will provide a good survival hope in the lower end of the table. But at max, it's gonna be 17th or 16th place, lads. It'll be either 18th, lads, or 20th. I don't think you'll finish 19th now, but it'll be something like 26 points. So you won't get off that like bad. It won't be that bad like compared to Sheffield United last season. You'll have a chance of it'll be close. It will be close. 26 points for a last place team ain't bad. 19th, Nottingham Forest. To all those saying they'll stay up, fair enough. They have made a good couple of signings, but they've also got rid of a lot of key players. I'm gonna say it now. I think the Forest are going down with about 29 points, and that's all it is. 18th, Leicester. I originally had Leicester to stay up. I had them for 16th or 15th, but you sold your best players. Jamie Vardy, I don't think he'll score much goals, lads. Age does get the best of some people, and I feel like he won't be scored double digits, but he might be scored 7 or 8. That's all I'm going to say. I think Leicester will go down, but it'll be with a fight. It's just a bunch of leftovers from the 2 seasons ago. That's what I'm trying to say. 31 points. I'm not going to predict the points for every team, just the relegated teams. 17th, Southampton. I originally had Southampton to go down at 18th, but now I think they have some hope of survival. They've started to make some signs, and their youth academy is looking quite good. They'll stay up just by 1 point. Brentford 16th. I originally had them for 17th. Ivan Toney looks like he's going to stay, but you never know. Within the next 15-16 days, he could go. That's why I'm going to say it. That they can finish 16th, because I know some people are putting them for 13th because they are making good signings. They actually are making good signings, but I think Tony might still leave. I just, people said about Solanke, he won't leave, but he ended up leaving, so he'll leave and they'll just stay up by a whisker, by about 3 points. 15th, Wolves. Nothing else to say about Wolves. They're no longer exciting. They're no longer pressing for top 10 or European football. At this point, they've just become the mid-table club. And whenever you're just a mid-table club, eventually you're going to head into a relegation battle. And I feel like this will be the season where they're going to get pressed down into that relegation battle. But they'll be the best of the relegation battle teams. So, yeah, they'll be safe. Fulham 14th. Right, I'm going to say about Fulham. They brought in Smith Rowe. That's a great signing right there. But they've also got rid of Fellaini to Bayern Munich, which is a big loss in the defensive midfield. And I feel like that's going to be the difference between a 12th or an 11th and a 14th. You could say Smith Rowe could bring them up at possibly 10th, but I'm going to say 14th, lads. 13th, Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace, everyone's expecting them to maybe push for 10th place like last season. No, I think last season was luck. I don't think they'll be 10th place. I think they'll be back to boring old 13th and 14th or 12ths. No harm, lads. There was a couple of seasons ago I was predicting them for relegation. They've got rid of Elise. I think Ezzy's staying. Maybe he's not. But they have brought in some decent players. But I think 13th, lads. That's all I'm going to say. 12th, Everton. Am I mad? Am I mad for predicting Everton to finish 12th when their last couple of seasons have ended in like 15th, 16th, 17th? I'm going to go all out. They're going to finish with 50 points. Because, lads, they have been improving. A point deduction last season, if you take away that point deduction, they might as well have finished like 13th. They have been improving. And you know what? Sean Dyche, Give him his second full season, I think it is. You know what? And as signings he brought in, and some of the people he's got rid of, I think you should let him cook. And I'm gonna say they'll finish on 50 plus points, and they'll do well. 11th Bournemouth. I had them for 10th originally. Then I moved them to 11th, and now they've sold Dominic Solanke, and I made this prediction before he left, and now I'm kind of thinking they might finish 15th or something, but you know what, I'm going to stick with Bournemouth for 11th, because they still have got Utal, they've still got Sinistera, they brought him in, and they brought in a couple of other players, and they got rid of some of the Deadwood too, so I'm going to say no, I feel like they'll do well. They'll do well. Another 50 plus point season for them. Now to Brighton. I'm putting them in 10th. Maybe that's a mistake. They've lost their manager. And they haven't really brought in the best of players. But you know what? I'm sticking by Brighton for 10th. Maybe they might drop off into like a 14th or 13th. But I'm going to tell you now. Brighton 10th. It might come back to haunt me. But I want to see if I can cook on this one. 9th place Newcastle. Right, I originally had Newcastle for 8th or 7th, but if you actually look to the window that they've had, let's just look at their ins and out. Lewis Hall, I'm going to butcher the name, but not the Forest goalkeeper, Lloyd Kelly, John Rudy, William Usella, and there was another player's name that I would 100% butcher, so I'm not even going to try to pronounce his name. Only about 2 of them would actually make a difference to their squad. Actually, the Forest keeper wouldn't, because they've already got about 3 keepers already. That's why I'm going to say 9th place. 8th place Villa. I'm going to say about Aston Villa, I originally had them for 5th or 6th. I thought they would prove all the doubters wrong, and they would still get Europa League. But I'm going to say it now. If you look to who they've brought in, just like Newcastle, not many very world beater players right there. And if you look who they've got rid of, Moussa Diaby and Douglas Luiz, they're players that are the difference between a 5th or 6th and an 8th place. So I'm going to say it now. I think it's pain for Villa. Unai Emery is still a world-class coach though, so I think you'll be fine. Ladies and gentlemen, 7th West Ham. I originally had West Ham for 9th. That I saw their business, and I was like, I'm considering putting them for 6th or 5th, but I've settled with 7th, because let's look at who they brought in. Let's look at their signings. Louise Guilherme from Palmeiras, I've definitely butchered his name. Max Kilman from Wolves. Wes Foderenham. Somerville from Leeds. Fulkrud from Dortmund, I butchered his name too. And they've also brought in Aaron Wan-Bissaka, which is a massive signing in my eyes. They've done brilliant business. I'm going to say it's a good season for the Hammers. It's going to be a great season for the Hammers. Not to mention Tatibo from Nice on loan, which I think that's a brilliant signing. You're probably thinking I'm dumb, mad, and crazy for putting Liverpool 6th. And what is my reasoning for this? They've had a good pre-season. Lads, pre-season doesn't mean anything. And I'm going to be saying it right now. They haven't brought no one in. And people like Joel Matip have left the club. Thiago have left the club. Klopp's not here. And I refuse to believe that that's not going to have a toll on the club. I feel like there'll be a drop-off from 3rd or 4th to maybe a 5th or 6th. I'm going to say it now, lads. I think Liverpool aren't making top 4. 5th Spurs. Still not making Champions League. They will find a way to bottle a lot at the end of the season, but other than that, Spurs best of the rest. They have brought in Solanke, Werner, but combined it'll be about 20 league goals. So Spurs, fair play to you, but no top 4. 4th, Man United. Man United's fans genuinely didn't think they were going to get top 4. And now that they've made a lot of crucial signings like Dalit and that right back from Bayern Munich that's utterly world class that I can't pronounce his name. And they're still trying to sign other players. They are still trying to go all out. And you know what? If they keep on going all out, they might challenge for the league title. But one thing I've noticed with centre backs on Man United, they don't really usually click. So De Ligt is not going to be that 86 rated FIFA centre back in the Premier League this season. He's going to be more like the 83 rated centre back. I'm comparing to FIFA right now because a lot of people will know what I mean. He'll be good but not great. And that's all I'm going to say about Man United. They will have a world-class back line, but it won't click as much as they think it will. Onana will definitely be better. I'm going to predict him to have the most clean sheets this season because it's what happens with goalkeepers. They have a bad first season and then they click in at big clubs in the second season. So I feel like they'll get top 4. They'll be grand. But their back line won't be utterly world-class. Because even I noticed it about Varane. Varane wasn't the player he was at Real Madrid. He wasn't United. He was still great. He just wasn't utterly world-class. It's a United curse. Third, Arsenal. Too many second place seasons can lead to a team falling off, but I think they'll still challenge for the title. They'll be about 4 or 5 points behind whoever wins the league. But I feel like I think football is gonna take its toll on Arsenal this season. A couple of injuries may hit, form might decline, but they'll still be better than 4th, 5th, and 6th, which will get them 3rd place, and they'll still be in a title race. They'll just be the 3rd place team in the title race. So Mikel Arteta will have them doing better in the Champions League this season, possibly maybe semi-finals, I would say. So Arsenal will be grand. Second, Chelsea. And then there's the ones that just don't make sense. I've seen people like the Irish guy put Chelsea as low as 15th. Now, am I crazy? Is this borderline stupid? Is this the worst prediction I've ever made? We'll find that out, but I can guarantee you, Chelsea will make top 10 minimum. And if they don't, I'll jump in a lake. Or I'll jump in a river. So, I'm going to say now, it's crazy, but I think Chelsea will do it. I don't know how, but they'll finish 2nd. First, Man City. Well, we all saw this one coming, didn't we, from a mile away. I'm a Man City fan, but even I'm getting bored of us winning the league. I wouldn't mind us not winning the league for about 4 years, so then whenever we actually win it again, it gets exciting. But 5 in a row, Pep just defining history again. I'm going to say no, I don't really care if we win the league or not. I couldn't give 2 tosses. But I am still excited for stuff like the Champions League and the Cups. But when it comes to the league, I'm just bored. Anyway, that was it for the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. The Chelsea one was a wee bit mental, wasn't it? But, oh well. Anyway, guys, see you guys in the next one.